Today's video tutorial is a beginner's guide using the Youcut Video Editor app on Android devices. So first things first, make sure you have the latest update for the Youcut Editor app so you can get just about every free tool that you are going to see in this video tutorial. It is April 25, 2024 at the time of recording this video. So make sure you have the latest update once again, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to record this video into different segments for every type of tutorial. And again, it's a beginner's guide. So if you're new to this editor app and you want to know how to use it, then stick around and let's do it. So as you start with the Youcut Editor app, you will be introduced with the home screen page. And with the latest update, you'll see the AI option, you'll see this option here, and you'll also see the plus right here, which is where you can go to add your very first video to start editing. Okay, so I'll be using some of the videos and images that I have already saved on my device. And this is all just for demonstration purposes to give you an idea of how this works. So to get started, when you want to start with your very first video, you'll tap here and you want to start with new project. This is where you'll get to see everything on your device itself. So when you select new project, the first thing you'll notice is this right here. And of course, nothing to hide on my device. You will notice to the very top, there is the recent, and this here, selecting this here will give you a drop-down menu of all the items or folders you have saved on your device. You also have the materials section, which is like kind of like free videos, green screens, beginning intros, a few other things. I will dive into that later on, but just giving you a navigation idea of what to expect when you first open up the app itself, okay? So usually at default, you will start with the recent one here, which is going to be all the videos, photos, and all, okay? So you'll start off with the videos. You'll basically have an idea of all the videos you have saved on your phone or device. And then if you want to select a photo, you can go to the photo section here or have view all of them by selecting here, okay? Now, if you want to start with a video that you have saved already, you can select this here, select the first video you want to, and go ahead and proceed there. Now, if you want to unselect it, so let's just say I have it selected, you simply just tap on it and deselect it. Also, when you select the video, you'll notice this little icon right here. When you tap on that, this is going to take you to the part where you can actually trim the video before entering into the main editing part. You don't have to do this. You can also trim it later on. So you can press the X to come out of here. And also, let me just show you something quickly here. Let's just say you wanted to start with a blank video. You'll go to material, go to the color section here and choose one of these here. Usually black would be the best. You can later on change the color of the background. So these are just your things to expect, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and start with my very first video here. It's going to be this little weird video that I recorded with my finger because we want to get some movements to get an idea of what to expect. Now that we are viewing the main editing part of the video, here are some things to know. You have your set of tools here. These are all your tools. If you want to do the trimming and the cutting, the splitting, you can access it from here. However, sometimes working in this area here will cause a confusion. I'll show you later on how to trim, how to split, and how to cut or delete a part of the video. When you want to add music, you can go here to the music section. You got featured, music, effects, and recent items as well, okay? You also have the filter. This is going to allow you to adjust your colors and all that stuff here. I'll get into that soon. Effects, you got these here. And I'll get into these detailed later on. When you want to add text, stickers, PIP is the video overlay where you can add another video over the main video, which I'll show you again. You can adjust the speed of your video, change the background, record, adjust the volume. You can mute it from here. And you can also rotate your video, flip, crop, and that's basically it with the editor. All right, so let's now start with adjusting the audio and the speed of the video. So you just inserted your very first video and now you want to adjust the audio. So simply you can tap here. That's going to mute your video. That's going to just mute it, not remove it, but just simply mute the video and then you can add something over it. But if you want the audio to play here, you can tap on that video and then this is going to pop up here. and then you can adjust the volume here. This is going to lower the volume, and you can also increase it, but going too high can also distort the audio, just so you know. Now, same thing with the speed. If you want to adjust the speed of the video as a whole, you can tap here and you can adjust the speed, make it super fast or super slow. Now, the next thing to know is the curve here. Maybe there's a part you want to make fast and another part slow. You'll go to the curve section. Here you can add some points here. You can make one part super fast. I did a separate tutorial on this already, speed shift or speed curve tool. You can add points as well. Notice where this bar is. You can tap on the plus here. I'll show you that again. So every time the bar moves, or you can move it yourself, you can add a bar here. This is adding speed, and then you can adjust those points that you've made. So this will be super fast, and then when you put it to the very bottom, it'll be super slow. And you can play it just to get an idea of it. That's why I did that finger thing, so you can see how this part works. So here we go, and you notice how slow that moved, and it'll catch back up to super fast, okay? And these are all just like things you can do with your editing, and you can reset it to start over again, okay? So that's the speed and adjustment of the audio. I'll show you now how to trim the video, okay? So we'll just come out of here. And one thing to note, this is the timeline section where my pen is touching right now. You can shrink it by pinching inwards, and this is going to give you a better view or an overall view of everything. So if your video is like really long and you want to get a full view of that video that you're editing, you can shrink it like this here or expand it. Okay, so that's one thing you can do, right? And again, this is a beginner's guide, and so far, if you've learned something good, new, go ahead and hit that like, okay? Now I want to talk about trimming, splitting, and also deleting a part of the video. Delete and cut is the same thing here. So the best way to do this, you can work on multiple clips. You'll tap on the video clip you want to trim. So I'll tap here now, and you'll notice every time you do this, this orange highlight will appear on the video clip that you're editing. Pulling on these tabs going inward or backward on the right side is trimming your video. And you'll notice with the time here, it'll show you how much you're taking away. So as I shrink this here, you'll notice now it's less, and you can use these numbers here as well. Same on the right side. This is trimming from the end, okay? And one of the main things to always remember while you're editing is your undo option. And why? Because if you just made one edit or two edits and you realize that's a mistake, before you save it, undo it, okay? You can undo only if you haven't saved yet. And every time you undo, it's going to show you what it is undone here, all right? So now I want to talk about splitting and deleting a part of the video. I'll also show you how to insert a video clip after you have separated the video. So I want to delete a part of this video here. So what I'm going to do now is, let's just say I want to remove from here to this part here. So wherever this orange bar is, when I tap on my video, these tools will show up. And pressing split is basically separating the video into the first half or separation. So now I'll have myself two separate clips now, okay? But this starting point here is the beginning part of where I want to remove. And this point here, maybe I want to remove up to here. I'll insert my second split, and now I'll tap in the middle. You'll see there's three separations now, and this is the part I want to remove. When I select this here, these tools will appear again, and this part is the part that's highlighted at the moment. And now I'll look for the delete option, and I'm going to remove this part. That's how you delete a part of the video you don't want. And of course, again, you can undo for any mistakes, all right? You can undo your splits, and you can only undo your splits if you haven't saved yet. How to create a split, then insert another video clip into the split. So basically, I'm inserting a video clip into the middle part, perhaps the end part, or the beginning part of the video I'm editing with the Youcut editor. So in order to do this here, first I want to insert my split by placing this orange bar here to the part where I want to insert that split. So I'll place it maybe in the middle here. I'll tap on the video. This is going to show up. Then I'll press on the split. And when I do this here, what you're gonna notice is this separation here. And now I wanna insert that video clip between the two videos that I've separated, or the separation of that original single video piece. So to do this, I'll press here on this plus right there. It's gonna take me here. We'll go under the video tab and we're gonna look for that video that we want to insert. So I'll go ahead now and insert this little short clip here. You can long press it to preview them, by the way. Okay, and when you select it, you'll insert it and you'll see that it's inserted where the split was, having that new video clip inserted between the split, okay? Now let's just say you did that and the video appeared in another part. So to rearrange your video clips here, you're gonna long press on one of these here like this, and you'll notice this is going to happen like that. When you're in this view mode here, what you're gonna do is simply drag over the other one to where you want it to be. So maybe this one here is the one I wanna bring over to the middle. I'll just drag it over, I'll select it, bring it over, and then press the check mark, and that's gonna rearrange my video clips. And once again, don't forget the undo option to undo any mistakes. Now I wanna show you how to mute the audio of the video that you're editing and insert a song. Okay, so you want to add a song to the video you're editing, and this is a beginner's guide once again. So first things first, you'll tap on this right here. This is going to mute the original audio of the video that you're currently editing right there. So tap on that. That's going to mute it. It'll say video sound off for you. And now I want to add a song to this right here. So what we're going to do is go to the music section right here. And when you select that here, you can choose from the featured, which is these that are pre-installed for you. And of course, you want to be careful what you're using here, as they may be subjected to copyright. So you want to make sure you select the right song for your video, especially if you're uploading this to maybe YouTube or Facebook. You want to avoid copyright here. Now, the thing you need to understand is if you want a pre-installed song, you go with these here. But if you want to go with your music that's saved on your device here, you'll select the My Music folder right here, this one right there. And while I don't want you to see every song on my phone, this is going to take you to the local music, which is the folder of songs saved on your device. When you select on the effects part, this is sound effects. This one right here, this is the sound effects, not the like sticker effects or whatnot. Okay, these are sound effects. So maybe I want to add something that's like a clapping here. We can choose one of these and you'll hear that. Okay. And then you can actually use that there, okay? Now, again, just like other songs that may be subjected to copyright, these sound effects are also subjected to copyright too. So let's just say I want to use one of these songs here. I'll go ahead and just select one of them. Okay, some of them is going to require you to play an ad to use it if you haven't done so yet. Okay, this one here. All right, so I'll go ahead and unlock this for you and then give you an idea of how to insert that song. Now, when the song is ready to be used, you'll press use here, and it's gonna appear like this on your video right there. You can shrink the timeline to get a better view of what's going on here, okay? So as you have your song here inserted, you'll see these tools right there. And let me just tap away to show you how to get that. So this is your audio bar here, your timeline for your audio, which is the yellow one, all right? That's an audio inserted file. So you'll tap here once, and then these tools are going to appear. You can trim it, and trimming is here, or you can select this option. You can trim the song if you want to from here or by going here. Maybe the song is too loud. You can adjust the volume of it from here. You can also have it play fade in and then exit your video playing in a fade out format. So you can select fade in and fade out. This is gonna do that. I did some separate tutorials on these also, so check out my Youcut playlist, by the way. And maybe the song is too long for your video, so you'll bring it to the very end here, you'll split and delete that last part there, and then now you'll have the audio piece matching your video itself, okay? So that's inserting a song over the video that you are editing, okay? Now I want to talk about adjusting the filter of your video. So we're talking about this right here. And you got some presets here, and the filter basically is the overall color layout of the video. Maybe your video is kind of dark or blurry or whatnot. So you can choose from some of these presets. You can also change the overall color of it to black and white if you've been looking for that. You got the pros here. These are basically, you have to pay for it. And let me tell you something, a lot of these options here simply just needs to be unlocked with an ad, and the free ones are plenty much fine to use, okay? You don't need to pay for anything here. It's up to you to make that decision. And also you can basically, it's up to you. I'm not affiliated with them or anything like that. I just really love this editor. It's free and it's helped me out for a very long time. And just want to share everything that I've learned off of this editor itself, okay? Now, if you want to return it back to the original, you can switch over to the adjust section. The adjust lets you manually control everything. So if your video is really dark, you can adjust the brightness. The contrast here would give you more contrast by selecting here. And you got the warmth here. The tint saturation brings out the colors, makes it a bit more vibrant. So things like yellow, orange, pink, green, those colors are gonna be highlighted more. So you'll notice how the red's gonna get really vibrant there. And you got the fade in, you got the highlight here. Shadow is gonna be great. If you recorded a video and you notice there's some really dark areas in your video, by going to your left, you'll notice how it's gonna reduce some of the shadow here, making it more brighter. So originally it would be something like that. Then when I go up, you'll notice how that kind of takes away that shadow there. The color will give you its sort of slight tint. You won't really notice it, but as I select it, you will notice it. One thing to note, this tool right here will show you the original versus all the different filter and adjustments made. So when you hold this down, it's gonna give you the original of the video. So watch when I press this and when I release it, okay? And you can make your decision from here. We got the hue here. Okay, we got this and sharpen. Sharpen is my favorite. The sharpen is gonna help you reduce that blurry, maybe your video is kind of fuzzy and you wanna kind of increase the sharpness, make it a bit more clear. That's gonna be the way to go, okay? And then of course the grain, if you wanna give it some of that old style there to it, okay? Now again, once you press the check mark, that's gonna save everything. And as always, the undo option here will undo every last edit, okay? I wanna quickly show you now how to insert the text on the video you're editing, as well as have them appear animated onto your video. So you'll of course go to the text section here. When you select that here, you're gonna see this happen. And because I'm using my pen right now, this is gonna appear. But for you at default, your keyboard's gonna pop up for you, okay? Like this right here. And you go ahead and insert whatever it is that you wanna type. I'm just gonna put the word text so you can have an idea of what's really going on here. So I got the word text in now. And when you insert your text for the first time, you can move it around, put it where you want it to be, shrink it, and make changes to it. And to make changes to it, what you can do is, I'll make this big so you can see what's going on here. You can change the style of it. And you'll have these pre-installed ones here. Tapping on this plus will take you to the free section where you can unlock a good bit of them just by playing some ads, all right? And it's all free, okay? You can see I've unlocked some of these here already, and they're all free. So you can get yourself some more font styles. You also have the color for the font itself, and maybe you want to change the text color. The label is going to be like a background of the color like this right here. And you can change that to whichever style you want. The border is the white. So maybe I want this to be something else. So I'll go with yellow maybe. And you can adjust the thickness of it by adjusting this bar here. Then the shadow effect is going to be this sort of add white, so you can see, notice how there's this white right there, and then you can change the angle of it by adjusting that. If you pay attention right up there, you'll see that, and you can increase the blur effect, okay? And again, you can undo everything if you don't want. If you don't want any shadow effect, you can press here. Same thing with the border. You want to remove the border, you can press this one here. If you don't want the label, you can go with that there, okay? Now I want to show you how I'm going to go about inserting a animation. Okay, so make your text appear animated. So just change this here quickly to show you how that's going to appear for you. Okay, so let's just say you inserted your text. Maybe you want the text to appear in another part of your video. So down here, right down there where the timeline is, I'm going to hold this down here and I'm going to bring it over to another part of my video. Okay, and now I want this to just kind of zoom in, pop in, and then fade away in the video. So what I'm gonna do is come back here, tap on this itself, and you'll see the animation option right here. So I'll tap on this here, and this is gonna give you a collection of the how your text is going to appear in the video. I'll shrink this a little bit here. So maybe I want it to come from left to right. So I'll go with slide to the right, this one here, and it's gonna appear like that. And you can adjust how fast that's gonna appear. And then I want it to exit going from left to right. So we'll go to the out, and I want it to go the same option here again. Or if you wanted to go up or down, it's up to you. Choose one of these here, totally up to you. So maybe I wanted to go down like that. Now, when I'm done, I will press play and you'll see how that's going to appear like that for me. And then it's going to exit on the out animation settings. You can also increase the time of how long this is going to play on your video. So maybe you want it to be more than 4 seconds. You can adjust that and you'll notice that difference there for you. So that's text, adding text, adjusting it, colors, and animation. Let's move on to the next part. Now we'll look at how to insert or add stickers onto the video you're editing, as well as the 2 ways to go about adding photos or images on the video that you are editing. So as always, of course, you may want to start where the sticker will be inserted based on where the orange bar is. And to add a sticker, you'll go to where the sticker option is, this right here. So when I select on this here now, you will be introduced to a few things. You have the emoji section where you can browse through all of these here. Okay. You also have the GIF or GIFs or however you want to call it. In this section here, you can choose to add an animated sticker, a simple sticker, or a GIF within this tab right here, this one right there. And everything that you've inserted before will appear here in the recents one. You got the trending one here, which of course with proper internet connection, they will all load up for you and you can browse through them. You got the effects one here. You got the animated emoji ones here. You got the sports, the share, and a few others you can just browse through. However, if you are looking for a specific sticker or a GIF, whatever it is that you want to call it, you can use the search option right here. So maybe I want to add something that says share, okay? Or maybe subscribe, either one of these here, okay? So you can tap here, and because I'm using my pen, it's gonna show up like this here. So I'll use my finger here so the keyboard could pop up here. And whatever it is you're looking for, when you type it in, it's going to show you what they have available. You may not find exactly what you want, but it will give you some of what's available. So I'll probably just type in the word share, okay? And then I'll press the search here. Then it's gonna load up everything that is similar to what I am looking for. So you'll see a few suggestions here. And maybe I want this one here. This one is pretty cool, like, comment, and share. So once I've inserted my very first sticker, you will see it's gonna appear here, just like the text. You can now make changes to that inserted sticker. You can come back here and tap on add to add another one if you want to, another kind, and it will appear there as well. So you'll tap here to go back and edit that sticker. And you'll see it's going to be highlighted like this here. You can shrink the size of it, make it bigger. You can also hold it and place it to where you want it to be. You can also increase the time of how long this sticker is going to be playing, from the beginning part of the sticker or the end part. And you now can also adjust it. By going to adjust here is the transparency, splitting it. Maybe you made some changes to it. You can split it in half and take one piece over there or the other side. You can also flip it. Okay, it's going to appear in a different direction here. And you can also copy it. Maybe you made some changes to this particular sticker and you want to copy it. You can use the copy option here or use that there, okay? And that's basically it for now for these stickers here, except for the animation part, which is this right here. So maybe just like the text, I want this to appear in a fancy way on the video I'm editing. So I'll go to the animation here, and same thing. We got the intro animation. It's going to maybe appear from the right, from the bottom, from the top, going from the top going down like this here, and adjust the speed for it, and then how it's going to exit my video. So maybe I want it to come from top going down and then go to the left. So I'll go with this one here. All right, and I can adjust the speed for that. Then when we're ready to play it, let me just make this shorter so you can see it quick. You'll see how it's going to appear here, and then it's going to exit the other way out. So these are the ways and the things that you can do with this sticker. So you can tap on it to delete it. And now I'm going to talk about how to insert a picture within the sticker tool. There's 2 ways to insert a picture. You can go to sticker here, and you'll see this part right here that says sticker. And when you're here, make sure you're under the image section, this right there. This will allow you to add a photo of your liking. So when you tap here now, basically you'll do this, and this is going to pop up giving you all the recent photos. Again, you can use the drop down menu up here to find a particular album or folder to select the image that you want. So maybe I want to add this one here, this very first one here. You can long press it to preview it, by the way. This is just a thumbnail I made for another video. And when it's inserted, it's going to appear right here like that. And you can do the same thing, adjust it and change the speed it plays, how long it takes. You can have an animation effect for it. And you also got the AI, which I will show you later on. This won't be a good example for the AI. Okay, you also got the flip option, copy, and all that stuff here. And you can place it to where you want it to be. So that's one of the ways of inserting a picture. Now, the other way around is actually the preferred way. The only thing with using the PIP option here is you are limited to at least, I think, 3 or 4 stickers or photos when you're using that method, but you are going to get access to some more tools. All right. So unlike just having the sticker inserted there, when you use it with the PIP option here, and we go to photo here, let's just say I decide to go with this option right here. And when you do it this way, other than just changing the size, animation, and all that stuff here, you get access to the chroma tool, which can remove backgrounds for you. You can see that here. That's going to be pretty cool, okay? And you also have the mask tool, which you can kind of like really customize the way how the sticker appears and fade it into the video like that, or the image. Okay, and you have the crop option. So maybe that photo you inserted is kind of just too big. You don't want all of that photo to show up here. You'll go to crop and you can actually adjust the size of it, leaving it a little bit smaller than it should be, okay? And you also have the AI option, which I'll show you again later on. You got the blend, which will give you this right here. Notice how that's gonna kind of fade in. All right, this is going to be great for making 2-layer videos or a sticker, a photo, and blend it with the video itself. Okay, that's the blend option here. You got duration, which is how long it's going to play, which is the same as how long you adjust this down here. You can also adjust the filter. So what I like about adding a sticker or a photo this way is you get to adjust the filter for it, okay? Now the stickers is not the stickers that you got from the app itself. Maybe it's a sticker you might have saved onto your device, so just keep that in mind. So maybe this photo I inserted is just too dark. I can make it brighter. I can adjust the contrast, saturation, highlight, and even sharpen it to make it a bit more clear if I wanted that. And again, this tool here lets you see the before and after of the edited version, okay? So these are all ways to add a sticker and the 2 ways of inserting a photo. Also, to blur out a certain part, which I'll show you, go to the sticker here and make sure you're under the sticker part. You go here and you can add this here. And I did a tutorial on how to make this thing moving with the keyframe. And that's the next thing I'll show you now, how to use a keyframe. Now I want to show you how to use the keyframe tool, and this is going to be applicable to inserted stickers, photos, and also inserted videos. So this method can be used for all 3 of them. So I'll be using a sticker as a way to show you how this works. And the first thing you want to do is, other than adjusting the size of it and whatnot, is place it to the starting point of the video of where you want this to start moving. Then the duration section, how long do you want this to keep moving around on your video? So if you want it for the entire video, make sure this is video start and this is video end, or just set it to whichever part you want it to stop moving around. Now for the keyframe section. So what you're gonna do is look for this diamond option right here. And when you tap on it for the first time, this is your starting point. And you'll notice this little orange diamond right here is gonna appear where that bar is. So that's your starting point. Now to have this sticker or inserted item move on its own to start your keyframe setup here, you'll start by moving the timeline. So what you're saying now is moving this here is that from here to perhaps right here where the orange bar is, I want this to move down here. And when I let it go, you'll notice another diamond will appear. And you'll just keep doing this until you've made it to where you want it to stop. So this is kind of like making your item move on its own. And that's the keyframe here. Again, this also applies to stickers, text even, and videos. I'll place it, go up here. And you'll see when I'm done, it's gonna move on its own. Okay, so the key is to move the timeline first, then move the object to the next part. And I'll say here, it's gonna come here. And then finally to the end, it's going to appear right to the top corner here. And then once you're done, you'll notice that you have these diamond points here, these diamond here. And when you play it, you'll get this here. You'll see the sticker is moving on its own, and that's how you would go about using the keyframe. Again, this is a beginner's guide and 2024 update of the app. Like and sub. Let's move on to the next part. Let's just say you want to record over the video you're editing, you want to mute the audio or remove the audio, have your voice narrated over the video you're editing, then you will also change the voice using the voice effects. So we're using the record tool and the voice effects. So what we're gonna do now is look for the record option here. And when I press the record here, you'll see this here, and I'll go ahead and record something quickly for you. This is just a sample recording to let you know how the record tool works. Okay, I'll press the check mark here now, and what you'll notice right away is this piece of audio that's been inserted. I'll mute the original audio here. This is for the video itself and not this piece here. So now I'm gonna bring this up a little bit so you can hear it. This is just a sample recording to let you know how the record tool works. Okay, now while you're here editing it, let's just say you come back here, you'll see these setup tools appear here for you. And what you can do is trim it by pulling on this here and on the other side as well. You can adjust the volume for it by making it lower or even a little bit extra loud. Don't go too far because it might get it distorted. And on top of that, you can insert captions, but the captions, the free version is limited to just 1 minute only, okay? Now, other than that, you can change the voice. This is where the voice effects or the voice changing comes into play. All right, so this is my original voice. This is just a sample. Now, when I go to voice changer, you'll see these 5 options. This is just a sample. This is just a. This is just a. Okay, and then once you're done changing the voice, that's how it's going to sound. And again, you can undo any edits or changes once again. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to adding effects and the video overlay. Let me just show you quickly how to use the captions. So basically, if you tap on your recorded piece or on the video that you have the audio already inserted, once you have this here, you'll go to where it says captions and you can unlock it. It's gonna play an ad, so let's go ahead and play that ad to show you how this works. Now that the ad has played and the captions are ready to be displayed, the first thing you'll notice is these blue parts here to the top. And as I press play here, you'll notice that it's gonna give me the, okay? And what you can do is tap on it right here, and you'll notice they'll appear like this here, and then you can actually change the font style, the colors for them as well. Okay, so you can see how that made a change here and switch to something like that there. And it's really just up to you to make that decision here, but that's how the captions would go about. Again, it's gonna be edited all together as you change one of them. All right, let's move on to the next part. Now for the video effects. Okay, so you're ready to add some effects. We'll go here where the effect tool is. When you tap on that for the first time with the latest update, you get yourself plenty of free awesome ones. Of course, the ones that says Pro is just, of course, you need the Pro version here. But when you long press one of them, they're going to appear like that here. Okay, but we're not gonna use this one here. That one's kind of like weird. So we got the beat here, you got all these here, you got that, you got this one here with the sparkle. And when you select it, it's gonna show you that it's loading up here and you can long press it and it's gonna appear like that there for you, okay? When I press the check mark here, you will see this here, this purple piece right there, and you can increase the length of how long the sparkle will play. And you'll see that there, and it depends on the effect type, it's gonna repeat itself like that here. You can delete it or replace it. I'll delete this one here. I'll go back here and I'm gonna show you another one, the comic one of the latest ones here, which is pretty cool. So if you want something like this right here, get some flames on that video of yours here. When you have it, let it ready to be used here, you'll long press it. And that's gonna happen like that there. And I'm gonna let it go. And you can do the same thing here. Again, increase the time duration. And then that's going to play like that for you. So that's the video effects. That's different from the filter itself, the video effects, all right? So let's move on now to the video overlay and show you how to make that video appear in an animated way. Before I continue, if you reached to this part of the video, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and let me know what you learned so far. Now the video overlay or the PIP tool. So we'll go over to where it says PIP, this right here. I'm gonna select that here, and we can use this tool to either insert a photo or another video. And I'm gonna be very weird in this part here and insert this very weird video that I recorded just for the sake of this beginner's guide. You can long press any of these here to preview it, to get an idea of what's going on here. I'm gonna insert this here, and when you insert that video overlay, it's gonna appear like this here for the first time, and you'll see the length of it versus the original here. You can shrink the size of it, place it to another part of the video that you want it to be, and maybe I want this video to appear in an animated way, just like the text and the stickers. So what I'm gonna do now is select the animation here, and you'll see these right here. Same thing, you got the in and the out. Maybe I want this to appear from the from the left to the right, and then perhaps go back to the left. So it's going to be this here, like that, and you can increase the speed of how that goes or how slow it goes, like that there, and then the outro, how my video is gonna exit. Now, maybe perhaps I wanted to maybe swirl out. Let's go swirling out, okay? And this one here, the red one, is the speed of how fast or slow the animation plays. Okay, so we'll go ahead now and press play just so you can see how this is gonna appear in the video. So it's gonna appear like that, and then you'll see it's going to exit out, swirling out like that, okay? So that is that, my friends. This part here, I want to show you how the AI effect works, and it doesn't really apply to everything you insert. For some items you insert, you'll see the option to add an AI. So I'm just going to use a simple photo here to give you an idea of how it works. It's not perfect, but if it works in your favor, go ahead and use it. So in order to get access to the AI tool itself, you'll need to be using the PIP and insert something. So perhaps a video or a photo. And what I notice is if you use something like this here and you head over to there right next to crop, if you don't see between crop and blend, that means it's not going to apply to that inserted item that you have used, okay? And again, it's not as perfect, but when you tap on it, this is going to show up here like that for you. You got the cutout, which you'll see it's kind of like faded there, and you have the outline instead. So if I go here, you get that outline option here. You can change the color for that, and it can adjust the thickness of that. All right, so these are just ways of using this. And again, if it works in your favor, go ahead and use it, okay? Coming to the near end of this video here, we're now gonna talk about using materials. And this is where I can best explain how to use the PIP tool, the blend tool, the mask tool, and also the chroma tool, okay? So when we're using the material tools, again, this also will work with regular recorded videos. If you're adding a video over the other one, that also works, but this is the best way to explain it to you. So I'll start off by selecting the plus here. We'll go to new project, and then we'll head over to where it says material. Now for when you first start, you will have the color option. These are your different categories up here to the top. So you got beginning, ending, blend, love, glitch, all of these here. And you can just go about the one that you want to use, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and use something that I can work with here. The scenery is probably the best option right now. So as always, when you select one of them, you will have this one here like that. It'll appear down here. And then when you're ready, you can insert it. So these are all materials free from the app itself here, okay? And then you can go now and add a video overlay from the materials section or your video that you want to. I'll show you how to use the blend now. So basically, if I tap on the PIP once again, I'll go to material, and I want to add something over this video that I'm currently editing. So let's try something that, let's try this one here, okay? And this is just to give an idea of how it works. If you're gonna fuse or blend two videos together at the same time, when this appears here like that, browse over until you see the fill. This is gonna fit the entire video frame here like that here, and you can bring over your timeline to see what's going on here. And you'll see the blend option. Let me just show you this one more time. If I tap away here like that, okay, and then I'll tap on the inserted video, this one right here. you'll see these set of tools appear like that. I'll browse over to blend, you look for blend, and blend makes it possible to layer two videos easily. So if you save it to this one here, you'll notice how you can see the under video plus this thing here, which is gonna be kind of cool because now what's gonna happen when I play my video, it's almost as if this thing is right over the wing of the plane itself. Isn't that cool? So that's one way you can go about using the blend tool, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this and add something else that we can use the mask into our favor. So we got the blend now. I'll go ahead and add a video over it using the mask tool. So we'll go to material here. And I think the best way to this here is maybe something like this one here. So that video now we have is flying in the sky, but maybe I want to be creative and add something like underwater, but it's over the wing of the plane. And if you want to be like this here, do something like that there. What we're going to do now is, while this is over the main video here, again, go to fill it up, fit the entire video frame here, and the mask tool would be this one here. So I want to mask this thing here for me, and we have the different options. We got the line one, we got this. But in this video editing situation here, we got this right here. I'm going to bring this up a little bit, this yellow bar here. I'm going to bring that up and use my finger instead. Okay. And what I'm going to do is fade it into the main video. And I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I will press a check mark here. So what's going to happen now, this is going to look as if the plane's flying and right above the plane, there's an underwater world floating in the sky. If you want to be creative like something like this here, this is one of the ways you can go about using the mask tool, okay? Now I want to show you how you can use the chroma tool to the best way possible. The chroma tool is very effective when you have recorded that video with a green screen or a blue screen background to easily remove that unwanted part. This also works for photos, and let's go ahead and do it. So what I'm going to do now is add a video overlay by going to the PIP section here, and the chroma tool is only available when you insert a photo or a video using the PIP tool. So I'll go to materials here, and we're going to use some of the green screens available to show you how this works here. So I'll go to green screen, and you'll see all this right here. So you got all these options here. You got a blue screens as well too, as I mentioned, and maybe I want to put something else to happen here. I want something kind of fancy. So in this very case here, let's see how this one's going to work, okay? So we'll select that there. This is going to appear here like that for us. And maybe I want to create something fancy. So let's go ahead and fill it up again. So fill up the video frame here, and we're going to use a chroma. So chroma is going to be this one here. You're going to take your pointer and you're going to place it on the green. Max out the strength. Maxing out the strength is going to remove the green. Make sure you don't see none at all. Usually up to 90 or 100% is your best bet. And now what's going to happen is we're going to press play, and you'll see that video overlay with the green is gone, and it's going to reveal what's underneath it using this sort of Tetris effect, okay? And if you want to create something like this here, this is definitely the way to go, my friends. So this is pretty much it for this long video beginner's guide tutorial. And of course, if I missed out on anything that you think I should have covered, let me know in the comments section. I will gladly do a separate video for you. And thanks for watching. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe if this helped you, and see you next time.